On today's topic, we have My Little Pony plots I would like to see redone in a different context. I'd like to see the plot of Simple Ways redone, but from the point of view of the CMC. In other words, have one of the CMC members and either Diamond Tiara or Silver Spoon switch personalities, looks, and places as they form some kind of love triangle or some other motivation that makes Diamond Tiara or Silver Spoon want to act like the country bumpkin, while Apple Bloom tries to act all refined and so forth. Or perhaps Scootaloo or Sweetie Belle would be in the Apple Jewel position, or whatever. I'd like to see for number 2 the Cutie Pots episode redone, but instead of having magic be the cause of false cutie marks appearing on ponies, have it be an invention by Flim and Flam that creates false cutie marks, and then have the CMC realize that false cutie marks are not the answer that they're looking for. Number 3, redo the freeze a crowd idea, only instead of having Discord get sick, have one of the regular ponies get sick with a real disease of some kind that has real consequences instead of the way Discord was faking. Then have it interfere with some pony's plans and have that pony try to take care of the sick friend, and the sick friend having all sorts of needs. Number 4, I'd like to see each of the holiday episodes redone. I believe Hearts and Hooves Day, Heartswarming Eve, Nightmare Night, and a few others we haven't touched on yet, like Easter or St. Patrick's Day or whatever, could be revisited, and we could see more events set in that same time period. There's a lot of stories that can be told with the holidays, and after all of these seasons, it's about time we revisited those again so that when the holidays roll around, we have more than one episode per holiday to discuss. Number 5, Fluttershy reforms other villains. I'd love to see Fluttershy reform another villain besides Discord and see how she handles the situation, especially knowing what she's already managed to pull off in her past attempts. Can't say which villain would be most interesting to see Fluttershy reform, but would be interesting to give her the task once again. Number 6 is redo the Power Ponies concept. Pick another book, another comic book, another Power Ponies book, or maybe another original story, something not Power Ponies at all, and enter that alternate universe. Play around with the ponies being weird characters in a new setting, and see where we go from there. Number 7 is inspiration manifestation. I'd love to see that concept happen again, but have the power go to another pony, like Applejack or Rainbow Dash, and see what they do if they were given unlimited power to make anything they thought of come into existence. Doesn't necessarily have to be the inspiration manifestation again, but something very similar. Next on my list, I'd like to see more Alicorns. I'm not saying all in season 5, but over the span of the next 10 seasons or so, it would be nice to see at least one more Alicorn happen within the next large number of years. Maybe season 6, season 7, how many ever seasons we plan to go on for, but before the final episode of My Little Pony, it would be nice to promote one more character at least to Alatorn status, or to introduce new ones that aren't the Ascended variety. Next item on my list is the Equestria Games. I'd like to see that redone, but from the point of view that lets you see more of the games as opposed to all the Spite stuff. Next request on my list is the Apple Bloom Dream Sequence. We've been looking forward to this one since the last time Luna appeared, and Apple Bloom logically should be next in the succession of who gets to meet Luna. The next thing on my list is another trip to Manhattan, only this time to see Babs, as opposed to Rarity running around and so forth. Have something CMC and Babs centered in Manhattan and give them an adventure. Next thing on my list is to do the Spike at Your Service plot, only with the CMC gaining the services of Silver Spoon and Diamond Tiara. So next on my list would be to see the Paris Sprites again, only in a city environment as opposed to Ponyville. Next on my list would be to see the Breezies again. Not in Season 6, but perhaps Season 7 or Season 8, to have them come back and actually make sense. Next on my list, I'd like to see younger dragons, or dragons who are Spite's age, as opposed to the teenage dragons that we saw in Dragon Quest. The next thing on my list would be to do a redo of Sister Hooves Social, only with brothers instead of sisters, or brother and sister, perhaps. And the next thing I'd like to see on my list is something parents related, something that would allow us to see the parents of the other ponies, and would also touch on Applejack's situation. And the final thing I'd like to see reworked plot-wise would be another clone episode. Something like Too Many Pinkie Pies, only to have it befall upon one of the other pony characters, like Fluttershy or Rainbow Dash or Twilight or Rarity or Applejack or Apple Bloom or whatever else, just to see a large overpopulation of clones running around, but there are some pony outs this time. Anyhow, that's all of my ideas for plots I'd like to see reworked. Thank you for watching, and good night.